Okay, just switched our mics on. So we are live. I hope my audio is good. I have to turn on the lights.
Let me unmute myself real quick, or unmute you.
Okay, lights should be good. Dogs in place as well. So we are live now to our second stream after the Quest 3 launch. And we're going to show off a bit more of VR Workout, the update specifically. And hopefully some people will join. We're going to do like a 45-minute workout roughly. And yeah, let's see. So let's go on, start the stream. Start casting. For everyone who's wondering, I usually forget about it, but you can actually use the Quest with glasses. I'm not a huge fan of it, but with the old Quest, the problem was that, so the Quest 2, the problem was that my glasses scratch the lenses, which you can nicely see.
The glasses spacer wasn't enough. That
so like you
see, they gave you.
You see that here, like okay, like hard to get in. Like you see those scratches here. Those were actually done by the Quest 2, and the appropriate scratches on the other side of the as well, so the lenses of the Quest were also scratched.
Oh wow!
Which was why like I was really always very very hesitant of using my glasses on the Quest, especially with fitness, because when we're doing like intense stuff, the Quest is moving a little bit, then you're constantly scratching. But fortunately, the Quest 3 has the same feature as the Quest Pro with the pancake lenses. They have like the lenses are like a bit recessed here, so you actually have this rubber stuff around the lens. So even if you have glasses, they are not touching the actual lenses, but they're only touching the rubber, which protects. I mean, even the truth, it's actually meant to be that way, but it protects your glasses and it protects your lenses as well. So that's really good.
It's a good quality.
I still don't prefer using it
for the headset.
It's a quality of life update. I'm still not really happy about it because with glasses it's just always an issue, especially since the Quest 3 has a kind of a snug fit for me. Yeah, I know that you don't understand. It has a snug fit for me, and it always pulls my glasses away when I'm taking them off.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Overall,
have you ever tried prescription lenses for any of your VR headsets? Or you
for the Quest 1, I actually had prescription lenses. The problem there was the problem there is like okay, let me first turn on the music. So yeah, the problem with prescription lenses, they are in theory quite nice, but if you're taking off the headset a lot and we lost our flow. Okay. If you're taking off the headset a lot and putting it on, then the problem is, so I'm working, so I have my glasses on while I'm working on my PC, then I put on the headset, where I have to take off my glasses because I have lens insets, and then I have to change all the time.
Switching out, yeah.
Yeah, and that's not really fun. So it's then easier to just ignore and not have those lenses.
Yeah, it makes a lot more sense. I should probably introduce myself. I don't think I've been on your YouTube channel yet. My name is also Michael. I am the community manager for 3 Pound Games. We're one of the partners for VR Workout. And I'm going to basically interview Michael as he does a 45-minute workout. It's something we used to do, and I have a lot of fun making him answer very long-winded questions as he's trying to breathe.
Good. Our floor is good now. Okay, it's still a bit too low, but that's fine. So that's one thing that you really, really have to make sure when you are playing VR Workout, that your floor level is correct. Because we have sometimes people that say the exercises don't work because they're either too wide or too short, but that's usually only when the floor level isn't okay. Because when you start the game, let's maybe start the game to show that. Is the stream still running? Yeah, good. So when you start the game,
you're good.
The first thing you will do is you will do a calibration, a height calibration. So as you can see in a second, it expects you to extend your hands to the front and palms facing downward, that will calibrate it. So you will stand upright and put your hands in front of it, and after a few seconds it has calibrated the height. That's really important because all exercises scale with your body height. So even if people are doing multiplayer sessions, everybody has their own difficulty based on their height. So one thing I mentioned yesterday, I'm going to show it quickly, is that's one of the big differences. So the Quest 3 is really great for pass-through, for mixed reality. I mean, we still call it pass-through. And the update you've received, one of the updates you've received with the new version is this fit room option, which will allow you to fit the port. So let's turn it on. So when you have the pass-through turned on, you can see it's basically not really behaving correctly. So it's in the ceiling, which doesn't make sense. It's in the wall, and if I move my head, the stuff should actually be hidden, but it's moving incorrectly with my actual wall. That's fine because you're kind of always looking at your exercise space in front of you anyway. But it's not really nice. So it doesn't look good. And what the new update allows you is click on the Fit Room button that will actually align this portal with our real room. I am not 100% sure that it will work now because, as you saw before, when I did my height calibration in the setup settings menu of Meta, the walls were completely off. So I'm not sure if the walls are now correct, but let's try it. So you click it. It'll take a few seconds.
Okay.
Yeah, it worked. Okay, so now you can see we have like a wall here. It's not 100% perfect with my wall. The wall I did set up is not actually doing this edge here. It's actually going like straight over there. You can see it here. I don't have this edge marked out. So obviously when the wall is not correct, then you can't actually see it correctly. But you can see my ceiling is nicely aligned. So before we had the stuff pointing into the ceiling, now it's actually fading our ceiling into the virtual world, and over there is no wall, so it can't really do anything. But I can show like the other way around, because then it's a bit easier to see. Let's recenter.
It's a lot more seamless, yeah.
So we'll wait a second. Bam! So, and you can see now it's actually really nicely aligned. So I can basically fade here from a real wall into the virtual world ceiling as well, and over here as well. That's the huge visual upgrade for the mixed reality. And you can also see this kind of fade out effect. Before it was this blue barrier, now it's basically kind of dissolving your real world into the virtual world. We can't do the exercise in this direction, so we have to turn back. And after a few seconds, bam, we have our portal aligned again. So that's a really nice thing. One thing to note is, I think that's what a few people would probably be think that it doesn't work, but it actually just is a two-step process. So if you click on Fit Room, but you aren't in AR, so if you're fully immersive and you click Fit Room, nothing will actually happen because there is nothing that can do, because there is no pass-through portal. So you click Fit Room, and when you turn on Toggle AR, it will align it with your room. What you may have already seen is me, every time I'm looking towards the robots, there's kind of this microphone symbol coming. So that's one thing that's not in the live version yet, but will be in next month, in the update next month, which is the voice commands. So we will be able to tell the game what you want to do instead of doing everything with your hands. So we're basically going from...
Nice. It's gonna be really nice.
People are moving from controller free to hands, but basically from controller to hands, so basically controller free. And we are now moving from hands to voice, so basically hands free. And you can see select environment number 13. That takes a bit. Yeah, my network connection isn't really the best. Okay, I don't like 13, but let's see how the environment looks like. So that's another thing. That environment is actually created with Skybox CI. And one thing that will be coming, probably not with the next update, but also very soon, is that not only will you be able to tell the robot which environment you want to be in, but to actually tell it where you want to be. So you're going to say, I want to be on Mars with a spaceship floating above and everything, and it will create it and then put you in there. So the closest thing you can actually have to a real holodeck.
That's awesome. That's great.
So let's
that's on the next update, right?
Select environment number 14. Oh. Yeah, my network. Is my network actually, is the stream working? Yeah, it looks like.
Yeah.
Because it should actually have said. Okay. Select environment number 14. Yeah, because I wasn't sure if I actually had 14 or not. So that's my current favorite. It's also a Skybox AI.
Okay.
So that looks kind of awesome. And
hey, Alex.
So the next thing when you enter the game, the next big update is the room setup. That's actually the update has a name, which is the Jungle Gym update. Jungle Gym in this case means you are using your room for exercising, not just your body. And for that, you need to actually set up your room. So you already did set up your walls. That's fine. That we don't care about that, just for visual stuff. But we want to also set up our actual room to interact with. When you're in the initial startup sequence, you obviously can skip it if you don't want to use your room, but you should actually use the room setup. You can set up a chair on your wall. I actually have to turn on my AR so people can see it. What we're going to use is we're going to use this wall for our wall sets, and we need a chair. So I have to actually take a chair from here.
Sorry, I didn't understand that.
I know, you talk to you.
Hi, Wolfram. Welcome in.
Same as yesterday, so we have our chair here. What we're going to do with chair is chair tips and wall sets. So we need to map out where the stuff is. We try to make it as quick as possible because we do not expect you to have the chair in the same place all the time, so it has to be fast. How it works is, you say you want to place the chair, and then you will just place your palms on it, where you actually want to do the exercise, and it will automatically then. So, place.
That's great.
Put it here, then so wait for like a second. Okay. My problem is my floor is a bit off, so it doesn't really, my floor is like, you can see the floor is here, because the setup is wrong, that's why the chair is a bit off. Let's fake it a bit. This. Yeah, there. So now we have our chair here, which is where our chair tip is going to be, and the same thing for the wall. We're going to tell it to place the wall, place our hands there, wait a few seconds, and our wall appears. And now we're done. That's how you set up your room. That's all, which is as fast as it gets. To actually see, let's see if someone's multiplayer first.
We got Alex and
yeah,
in the chat right now. I'm not sure if either one of them are joining.
Absolutely not. I mean, I see someone who's kind of doing workout, so let's join them. Give some fun.
Okay. You have joined an ongoing session. It will
Hello there.
20 seconds for your cues to appear.
See kind of workout.
Yeah. Every time I see someone, I'm joining them, so they are not alone. Which is the awesome thing.
Right.
You can just join mid-session. It just takes a while, and yeah, it takes a while for the cues to appear, like 20 seconds. Oh, we rest. Okay, that's
when you do this, it just steps you into whatever workout they were doing already, right?
Yeah, they were just mid-workout, and I just jumped in.
Yeah. Okay.
I asked VR.
I'm just checking the levels on the screen.
Okay, that's an easy workout.
Okay, yep, everything sounds fine there.
That gives me a bit more room to tell about the performance indicator. So when you always, we never really explained how that works, but if you hit something with your hands, okay, just the head, if you hit with your hand, there's something shooting out behind it, so you saw this ring. That's actually an indicator how hard you hit the stuff. But it's not only how hard, but also how far you travel. So you need to actually just can't do an explosive punch. You actually have to really push through the whole length.
Punch all the way through it, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Because the hand tracking needs a bit of travel. Hey, Alex is here. Hand tracking
That's
needs a bit of
good
travel.
visual indicator.
Yeah, excellent.
Go get it.
Alright, now to running, I can ask this question. How was MetaConnect?
Standing position.
MetaConnect for me was absolutely awesome. So it's like, I mean, this is like a very, very long trip, and for only 3 days, that's a bit of a, not really,
You are incredible.
but okay, let me turn on this a bit, so we can actually talk.
Okay.
Small.
Start sprinting.
Yeah, better now. So
Now.
I arrived on Monday evening, so it's just because we had hey there, another person joining. Yeah, hello. You have to wait a few seconds for the queues to appear. So it's like 20 seconds or so. We had like a fitness meeting. We had a fitness meeting about the future of fitness in VR, which was really awesome. Met all the business people in the fitness VR space, and yeah, I mean the actual event, so the keynote. Unfortunately, we were a bit too late, so we didn't make it to this public space where all the streamers were sitting. We were sitting like in relegated to like this building next to it. And
the overflow room. I think that's where Chris and Robin were too.
Exactly, I was there with Chris. And but afterwards, I was like, I really tried to get. I mean, nobody really gets Zuckerberg, obviously, but I tried to kind of catch both worlds, and that's also not really easy. And I was like, after the keynote, I was walking around this area, and I saw him walking. I think it was with his assistant or someone, I'm not sure.
Keep going.
And I was like trying to figure out a way how to engage him, and. And not only through a way, but also kind of getting over my nerves. And the moment I decided to talk to him, he veered off and went to some people who were sitting there and was talking to them. I was like, damn. And I was like walking up and down this alley where they were going. And he came, then he moved further. And I again tried to figure out what to say. But he talked to other people, and I saw that he was kind of approaching one of the buildings where once he's in there, he's lost to me. And last second when he moved away, I basically cried away, "Hey, Andrew!" Like really, he was like turning around to what's happening. Okay, someone just close to sleep. And I was like, "Thanks for the fast hand tracking shout out in July." And VR Workout, by the way, he came over and shook my hand. I was like shaking all the time, and I thought like, okay, that was the highlight. But on Friday, I posted about this on Twitter, basically saying that this was one of my highlights, and he probably won't even remember me. But for me, it was like, it means a week of cool down after that. And 30 minutes later, he liked that post, so he saw my post about meeting him.
That's awesome.
So that was kind of from this like starstruck perspective, it was the biggest event for me. But from the technical perspective, the biggest thing was that I met with Kurt Barker, the head of the Movement SDK team, and showed him our foot tracking in the middle of the Meta cafeteria, like with people walking around and everything. I put a chair there. I used his backpack to prop up the phone, and basically even did let him the calibration, which is a bit dangerous because if it doesn't work and he has a bad experience, but he was like going like, hey, it's cool, and he was almost dancing around, even though we actually don't have an actual foot tracking game mode yet. So he liked it. It worked. Yeah. So it couldn't have been better.
That's awesome.
That's really awesome. So, okay.
How long of a flight is that for you?
I mean, it's not unfortunately no direct flight, so we have to go through Frankfurt. Or most people go through Frankfurt. So from Vienna to Frankfurt, it's just 1 hour 15 minutes. That's just basically a bus ride. But I mean, it's not a bus ride, but it feels like a bus ride. But from Frankfurt to San Francisco, it's 11 hours roughly.
Oof.
Yeah, that's really something else. But the thing is, I fortunately, it was like I went there on Monday and left on Friday. So even though it was a completely different time zone, I managed to avoid this coming back jet lag. So my body didn't really adjust to it fully. So I didn't have this several days of getting back into my own time zone afterwards.
That's good.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I went to Australia when I was in my 20s, and the jet lag when I came home, that's from Sydney to LA where I connected, then go back home to Atlanta, was a 17-hour flight. I was messed up for days after that.
17 hours.
It took me about 3 or 4 days to get right.
Yeah. 17 hours. That's something else. That's really something else. So let's show how, because now we have our beautiful mixed ready objects here. Let's show how they actually work.
Okay.
I'm going to use the exercise sequence for that. So we're going to add 15 seconds standing just to get into shape, and then we're going to use. Let's do 15 seconds easy chair dip, 15 seconds medium chair dip, and 15 seconds hard. And then, well, then we probably need some standing because that's going to be a bit hard. And then we're going to do 20 seconds wall sits. No, just to show. We're not going to do a real workout with that yet, but just to show it off. And if someone was attentive, then you can see there is a weight symbol here as well. So the weight training in this beta, you're not having that in the live version, but in this beta the weight training is already in there. It's not finished yet, so that's why it's not in the live version. So I can't show it.
Grandma has just. Sorry, Classic Grandma.
Hey, Classic Grandma. I think she never. I'm not sure if she ever saw me, but she's always in our Discord. So let's use some non-copyrighted music. Okay.
So the next question, you did show some of the rooms set up.
Now.
What's been is that the big value add for Quest 3, or are there some other things that you are working on adding into that specifically for Quest 3?
Now.
Okay, let me first. Yeah, we'll answer in a second. So this is the easy chair dip. The difficulty progression for the chair dips is how deep you have to go. So easy, it's like
step up to your chair.
Just. Okay. Now we are going to medium. Now it's going to be a lot deeper already. I'm not sure, is the camera picking me up correctly?
Yeah, I can see the head mode's fine. Yep,
step up to your chair.
Okay, and now it's going to be hard. That's going to be really hard. Oh.
And now just having you dip, and just having you dip lower, so you can see like the head modes, every other head mode going lower to make them dip even lower, and then the hards will be even lower than that.
Standing position.
And you can also see, since we can't really know where you're going to put your chair on your wall, where the cues are coming from may actually be the wall where nothing's coming through. That's why it's opening up you can see it's opened up this space here. And as you can see, there's this barrier. If I move towards the wall, this barrier closes. I actually have to close it by moving my head fully against the wall and then going into the wall sit position to block those red things from hitting me. If I'm moving away from it, then this barrier opens up and it hits me. So that's how we are going to, how we are getting people to get into the correct position.
Step up to your chair.
As you see, again the wall opened up for the chair dips.
Classic Grandma asked if the voice commands are working.
Step up to your chair.
You just did a demo of them now. They're in process.
Voice commands are not in the current live version, so you will have to wait until November for them. But I can show them again by
what he's playing now is the
select
beta version.
Environment
so you're
number
going to see
6.
some things in this that aren't ready to go yet.
as you can see. So that's the thing that's the only thing that I can really do in the menu, because the other stuff is for the workout. But we can actually, let's go into just a standing exercise. No.
Grandma says, "Oh my God, the exercises I can hold myself up on." Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to show a few of the voice commands that are coming. So we are now in easy, which will be apparent like
standing position. Now.
Okay, you can see it's really slow and it's really easy. We obviously want to make it harder now, so make it harder. Okay, let's do that.
The difficulty is now medium.
Yeah, so now we have moved to medium difficulty. You can see stuff is coming faster now. That's even still too easy for us, so we're saying
standing position.
Make it harder.
Now.
The difficulty is now hard.
And now we're in hard. So.
Are you still doing the upside down handstands?
Not at the moment, because I don't have a wall where I can actually do that.
I gotcha. Okay.
I will, but not in this
standing
space.
Position.
So now it's too hard, so we are saying pause.
Sorry, I didn't understand that.
Pause.
Sorry, I didn't.
Okay, it doesn't like my accent. Pause. Yeah.
Sorry. Just say resume when you are ready.
Yeah. So that's the thing.
Voice command localization in there.
Yeah, that's still a bit of an issue. So now we are in our pause mode, which is like you could before do that by using the menu, but now we have this pass through in all its glory, stuff flying out of our portal into our room. We can actually hit it.
Grandma says, "I'm all healed up now and can't wait to get back into this program."
Good. Awesome! Can't wait to have you in our workout. Then what we can do is obviously resume. If the network works. Resume.
Sorry, I didn't understand that.
Why? Continue. I'm not sure.
Sorry, I didn't understand that.
Yeah, it doesn't like my accent, but I want it to work. Resume. Yeah.
Pause is over.
So you did hear her say, pause is over?
You are incredible. Standing position.
Okay, let's go back to the main menu. What we also have now is a tutorial section. So that was something that a lot of people were missing. So not knowing how we expect you to do the exercises. So we have for all the basics. So we are going to expand that, but for now you have a tutorial for all the basic exercises, which is at the moment just a video, but I think that's quite fine. Let's see the squats.
And that's great for like proper form, because that's the easiest way to hurt yourself. Grandma says just need to work on that accent.
I know. I know Meta needs to work on their voice recognition.
Yeah. All the AI work they're doing, they gotta be able to recognize accents.
Let's see if someone's online. Otherwise, we're going to open up a room.
Okay. It's 30 minutes after, or 30 minutes till your time, by the way.
Okay, perfect. So I will stop 10 minutes before the end of the hour.
Yeah, just want to make sure you aren't late for your meeting.
Multiplayer room open, and let's first of all let's clear the room setup.
Class Grandma says, okay, sweet for the tutorial videos. Yeah, we don't want anyone to get themselves hurt by doing exercise the wrong way or like turning it the wrong way and pull a muscle, anything like that. So proper form is very important.
One thing I want to mention is the recording feature. So that's probably something that's pretty interesting for a lot of people who want to create content. In the current live version, you only have 640 by 640 and 1280 by 720, because for the higher resolutions, we actually have to really strongly degrade the render resolution, and Meta didn't allow that for the release. So how it works is you're not going to use the internal recording like we are currently using for the casting, which is still working yet. We are going to have a separate camera that's recording to your device, and like we can actually. Oh, I have to leave. That's it. Not doing this in multiplayer. So how you're going to do is like you have a button to position the camera, and we're going to just by like moving where we want to have the camera be. So I'm trying to roughly over here. I'm going to look at what I want to see. I'm clicking on update position, wait for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The camera is now positioned. If I'm moving out, I can actually see this camera thing here that's showing where I'm recording from. We can also, that's really nice, say toggle camera follow, which means it will rotate towards me. So it will follow me. Let's disable pass-through for now. We can see, it's really just a block at the moment, not officially yet really. We're going to stick to, let's do 1280 by 720. And then we have two options to start the recording. One is to click start recording here. Or if we want to make multiple clips during our workout, but don't do the whole time, we can actually tell the robot to start recording if it doesn't object to my accent. So I'm not going to do that. So I didn't start recording yet, so I'm relying on the voice commands now. So let's do a quick, let's do a warm-up, which we didn't do. And now we're saying, start recording.
Let's do some warm-up. Now.
You are now on air.
So I'm now on air, which means you will see the recording afterwards. Let's do quick.
Classic Grandma said, yes, nice. Just got my Quest 3, so being able to go back and see this is very useful. Thank you.
That's
Very
awesome.
good.
Yeah. We hope you enjoy your Quest 3.
I am
Just got mine
absolutely
yesterday.
sure
I'm
that you will.
with it.
And by the way, we are
I'm the
not
bald mom, loving it. Sorry, go ahead.
We are not the only ones with mixed reality. So there are a lot of games now. I mean, anybody who's using Les Mills, they have now mixed reality mode. And Synth Riders, I think, just released it or will be releasing it tomorrow. I am
You are amazing.
not 100%. So the thing is, I don't want to tell. I don't want to say we were the first. I mean, we were the first from all those games, and we don't want to say they did the same thing we did. But if you look at how all their game modes, like if you look at Les Mills, if you look at Synth Riders, how all they work basically exactly like we do. So having this portal in front of you that connects your real world with the game world.
Start sprinting.
And since we've been doing this for more than a year now, we can comfortably say we had the idea first.
Yeah, your first market, sure. Own that. You should absolutely own that.
So afterwards I'm going to show what we recorded.
You got this.
Sorry doing that. We got about 15 minutes left. I got one more question for you specifically about some stuff I saw at
Stop
Connect.
recording.
One of the things they showed was the inside-out body tracking and the use of a possible foot tracking down the line. Are you excited about that?
The inside-out body tracking is inside-out body tracking is really something. I think. I mean, the developers already know how exciting that's going to be, and I mean, everybody saw the legs that were coming. Even though the legs currently are, I mean, they call it generative legs, so they are even the legs that they are currently in your main menu are pretty basic. But just having the legs was like a huge difference for a lot of people. But what people don't realize yet is how much of a difference inside-out body tracking is going to make. So they showed it pretty nicely by if you have a game that, because we don't have arms, I mean, we have an arm here, but we have our hands and we don't show the arm. We can actually show the arm by putting on debug visuals. No, maybe No, I don't have the camera. Actually, only works if I have the camera tracking connected. Anyway, the thing is, what you usually have when you are using inverse kinematics to fake your upper body, then you're kind of trying to figure out where your elbow is going to be. But if you have a hand like this, it could be like you see. There's a lot of room where the hand can actually be, or like it's like if it's in this position, that's going to be really tough for an IK. I know that you understand. So let's open up the main menu so it stops talking to me.
Question Grandma says, I use Synth Riders for stretching and this amazing workout for working out. Love to hear that.
Awesome. That's something I hear a lot. I even heard people using FitXR for warm-up and us for the actual workout, which is like awesome. But again, so if you have like something like this, it's going to be really tough for inside inverse kinematics to figure out where your actual elbow is. So it will be all over the place. The thing is, if you use the inside-out body tracking, it's actually tracking visually where your limbs are, and you have a real.
I didn't understand that.
Okay, I'm going to stop you now. You have a real. You actually have the real position. You can see it here. And that's like really strange. So it's like it's not using inside-out body tracking now. It's all over the place. So my real elbow is here, and it thinks my elbow is like somewhere over here. So that's maybe
right.
Like it's now, like you see the difference. So like there is my elbow in real life, and in the other life it's somewhere over there. And once inside-out body tracking is working, that's going to be real. So the shoulders will be tracked correctly, the elbow will be tracked correctly. It will even go down to your hips. So what you will be able to do if I'm going to do, like if I'm looking down now, you can see my body is kind of moving forward with my face, with my headset, which is obviously not correct because it can't understand that my body has tilted forward. But with IOBT, it will actually track that correctly and your hips will be where they are. So there is a video on somewhere, I think, where I'm showing this new foot tracking, and I can actually look at my hips, which isn't possible at the moment. What we're going to have is, what Meta is going to give us is really tracked body up until here, and everything below that is kind of faked. But they're trying to fake it in a way that if you're moving, it tries to figure out. So I actually tried it. So I tried to fake it. When you're moving forward, it steps off with the right foot. I actually tried to fake it by leaning towards a wall and doing, but I wasn't really able to fake it. So this is something it really figures out. But it will not be like this. It's not going to be possible. It's not going to be able to track like if you are lifting a foot and then moving it around. And that's where we are coming in with our foot tracking. We are using an external camera, like if it's your phone, and sending the lower body information to the headset and fusing it together. So we're using the inside-out body tracking up onto the hips, and then we're using the phone tracking for the lower body, and that gives us this ability to give you actual legs in the workout. It's still not perfect. It's still not the same level of accuracy as if you have like a Vive tracker or something, but it's going to be. We're going to have a game mode for that. There are a few videos on YouTube if anybody's interested. I'm probably going to show it in the next few streams, the actual body tracking. We currently don't have a real game mode for that yet, but it's already possible to hit stuff with your feet. And that's going to be, we're trying to bring foot tracking to the masses. So we're trying to bring foot tracking to as many people as possible.